He saw the sad eyes, the immobilized residents, their hopes having dimmed into resigned despondency, and thought, this is not the way life is supposed to end. Clinton H. Howard was visiting his mother in a nursing home when he had this tug on his heart. He wanted to challenge the statistics that said 1 out of 10 people in the U.S. spend their last year in bed. 39% spend their last year on pain medication. Why did he think he could change what others accepted as the inevitable? Earlier in his career, he had led a scientific expedition that spent millions to isolate the healing ingredient in a plant that our forefathers called the medicine plant. We now know that plant more commonly as aloe vera.
Aloe vera was a remarkable product that could help so many people. But the pharmaceutical companies were not spending any money doing research on it because they knew as a natural product they couldn't patent it.
Clinton Howard's commitment to the mission of better nutrition for better health was beginning to solidify. He wanted to help people of all ages enjoy a more energetic, active lifestyle, help senior citizens approach their declining years with more energy and hopefully less afflictions, and to help everyone live longer, healthier lives. Those goals led to a fascinating journey that had had its beginnings in a modest upbringing in Houston.
When I went to visit my father at age 14, he offered to have me continue to live there, but he wanted me to live a more disciplined life. And since he had rented out the two of the bedrooms in his house, there was no place else for me to call my room except a tool room attached to the garage outdoors. So that's what he offered me, but he said I would still have to pay him $35 a month rent and board. So, but I decided to stay and live in that room for about 4 years. I had to make my living, and the best way to do that, of course, was to have a paper route. I had a big paper route, about 6 or 7 miles long, and but I learned accounts receivable. I had to collect, in those days you had to collect, knock on doors and collect the money each month, and you kept your records, and you literally bought the papers and resold them, and the profit was yours. So I made enough each month to pay my dad my room and board and have a little spending money.
Even in these teen years, he showed an interest in discovering how things worked. The more complex, the better. In high school, he chose to write a paper on the transmutation of atoms. His teacher discouraged the idea because of a lack of material on the subject. 3 months later, an atomic bomb was dropped on Japan. Apparently, there was more information on the subject than the teacher realized. Clinton Howard's desire to be his own boss also flourished at an early age. While in graduate school on summer vacation, he started the Academy Theater.
I worked for the Cancer Bulletin as an artist, a medical artist, and some of the people in the publishing house there were starting a theater, and they asked me if I wanted to invest in it, and I did, and they appointed me president of this Academy Theater. The idea was to show only Academy Award films, but I had to go through the whole process of forming a corporation, getting it registered with the Secretary of State, and working with stockholders. And we had a 7-foot Oscar on the marquee that we built, and this was before television movies. And so we opened with a big bang, and All the King's Men was our first show. Well, at the end of the summer, we were doing well, but I had to go back to school, so I sold my investment and made a little profit. But I got early experience in developing and forming and developing companies and working with stockholders. Well, it taught me that I could run my own business. And I remember years later when I left a job and started my own business, the first one, I always said to myself, well, if it doesn't work, I can go back to throwing papers.
Put healthcare and entrepreneurship together in a very unique way.
Of course, there are millions of entrepreneurs in the United States. It's a feeling that you want to do something a little different, that you want to develop an idea, that you discover a need. It's a lot of fun, and it's a constant challenge, and has been all my life, and I've really enjoyed it.
In the 50s, sophisticated lab tests were being developed to help doctors diagnose and treat diseases more effectively. Unfortunately, these expensive tests were not available in small labs or rural areas. So a young Clinton Howard started American Biomedical Corporation, the first clinical laboratory network. He hired couriers to collect specimens from these remote medical clinics and airmail them to Dallas. By working a night shift and telexing the reports in the morning, his lab was able to provide test results to doctors in rural areas in less than 24 hours.
It's part of a company called LabCorp. They do over $3 billion worth of work. They have 23,000 employees. The concept proved itself that all the major laboratories are organized that way today.
One of the most difficult tasks that Clinton Howard found irresistible was that of building a hospital in Irving. The challenges were so overwhelming, few would dare to dream of such a project. He not only led the drive to get the hospital built, he donated his own money to build a wing on the hospital known as the Clinton Howard Center for Healthcare.
Well, I think the Howard Center does much to help people live better lives. The Diabetes Center was there. And up until the time we opened that center, which Clint funded, people with diabetes were told how to eat, pretty much. But the center gave in-depth training and education to diabetes patients that literally saved their lives over a period of time. They were able to live constructive, healthy lives, and I do attribute that to Clint.
You can't imagine the value of the center to diabetics. Now over 1,000 people a year go through the Howard Center for Diabetics, and I'm just one of the many grateful people. The reality is that what I learned at the Howard Center, how to take care of myself as a diabetic, has added, I believe, at least 10 years to my life.
Clinton Howard served as president of the hospital board for 6 years during the planning, financing, construction, and the first year of operation, then remained on the board for another 19 years. The hospital is now known as Baylor Medical Center in Irving. During the building of the hospital, Governor John Connally recognized Clinton Howard as one of 5 outstanding young Texans. In 1993, he was recognized for the Distinguished Health Service Award by the 85 hospitals in the DFW Hospital Council and guest speaker Dr. Henry Kissinger.
I had done some consulting work for a little company that did have aloe vera products, and the stories I heard were just absolutely fascinating. And so I started what became Carrington Laboratories to find out why did this plant have so many benefits topically and taken internally, and if it was for real, if it was just folk medicine, if it was just psychology, or if it could actually be used by people and accepted in mainstream medicine or veterinary medicine. And so we started a research laboratory to find out what was the ingredient in aloe vera that did this healing. And it took 4 years. It took about $20 million to do it. And we then got it approved to go on the market.
He developed so many effective aloe vera products that he became known as Dr. Aloe. Clinton Howard wasn't done. His reputation for taking difficult situations, ones that border on impossible, and turning them into realities would serve him well over the coming years. He had found research that pointed to the important role that free radicals play in the aging process by scavenging electrons and weakening the body's cells. He explored antioxidants and how they could neutralize the free radicals. His discovery process led to the introduction of microhydrin, quite possibly the most powerful antioxidant ever invented. Not only could it neutralize free radicals, it could provide increased energy, helping people to achieve goals they never thought possible, like climb Mount Everest, win marathons, win national surfing championships, and to compete in volleyball tournaments after turning 50. It could increase the alkalinity in the body, reducing dangerous acidic levels, increase hydration at the cellular level, and it was clinically proven to reduce lactic acid buildup, diminishing the amount of recovery time in athletes. Clinton H. Howard is the personification of hard work, a man who exudes a caring attitude, and one who is dedicated to goal achieving. After a lifetime of milestone achievements, when most men would be content to retire and rest on their accomplishments, he continues to research, develop, and bring innovative, effective wellness products to the market. He has most recently become interested in stem cell research. He is fascinated by the role stem cells play in repairing, renewing, and rejuvenating the body. His curiosity has led him to stem cell pioneer Dr. Neil Reardon, who had developed a nutritional supplement product for his patients to take before and after their stem cell injections. Discovering that our body's stem cell production begins decreasing as we enter our mid-20s, he realized that everyone could benefit from SK Plus's ability to repair, renew, and rejuvenate. He entered into an agreement with Dr. Reardon to introduce SK Plus to the world. Today, SK Plus is helping thousands appreciate a healthier lifestyle. It is the only clinically proven product to increase the stimulation of stem cells and is touted by many to be the product of the century. Now, age 84, Clinton H. Howard continues to search for ways to improve the quality of life for all of us, no matter our age. This legendary pioneer and founder of RBC Life's Journey is now global and includes you. He cares about your health and your financial future. He is as deeply committed to your success as he was to finding the healing ingredient in aloe vera. He calls on you to carry on the mission of better nutrition for better health. His journey from a tool room to his mother's nursing home to the introduction of the product of the century continues, and he wants you to be a part of it. He still believes and works to prove that life doesn't have to end this way. With your help, we will continue to solve the mysteries of complex wellness issues and help others live longer and healthier. We will provide a better choice, a healthier lifestyle, a better tomorrow. It is the Clinton H. Howard way.